now I understand, probably Taters and Lizer, you evil villains, you. Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for the next war up against LVT. We are currently ranked, I think, about 6th in Masters, and I believe they were ranked 4th. So this was a tight one. Both alliances still hoping for a shot to get into the podium. Well, we'll see how this goes. All right, 2 heavyweights. We got my 2 ascended champions. I've been bringing them in more and more and more, which is good. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We're going to start off with this first fight here. Carl versus this Nick Fury. Now, this is going to be an ascended Nick Fury. This hazard shift. Remember, we're bringing in the synergy with Immortal Abomination, so that's going to automatically make Absorbing Man immune to poison. Also, we are going to be immune to Incinerate as long as I am in the Magma form. I also, as I've stated, in general, unless I need Uru, I much prefer Incinerate. The Magma form, I feel like it does more damage. Maybe it's just a mental thing for me, but it's just how I like it, okay? And so this whole fight for me is a little bit scary. This is actually quite a bit scary because it's not a mutant, so I really have to manage Nick's tactical charges a bit more. And so you're seeing me back off, right? The whole idea here is not to let Nick get to 15 charges or to send him all the way to 20. Nothing in between. So that's all I'm going to be doing here. I do feel like I kind of actually liked it. I can see why the placement though, because I think his specials are costing 50% reduced power. So anytime he's at that 1 bar of power sort of situation, or the way I set it up, you saw me shorten my combos. I did back up a little bit. I don't know, for some reason with Nick Fury, I feel like that works better as far as baiting heavies, whereas if I just stop my combo out of nowhere, it's just me, it's what works for me. That's how we go. So right now he's at 3, and I should stop my combo short. Yeah, because I was not going to be able to get him to 2 bars of power. I'm feeling great about this match. I'm going to bait this SB2, and I should go in. Do I use my striker? I do, because I just really wanted to be sure. And I'm going to heavy, get that big extra damage there coming off of it. Special 2. Really proud of that fight. Really proud of that fight. It felt great. Not that long ago, Nick used to be very problematic for me. He still can be a BGs or something like that, but I've really started to learn how to manage his tactical charges, how to shorten up my combo, hold block immediately. Do not give that AI even any thought that they are open, because Nick will do it. It almost feels like he's programmed to be like, oh, I could go unblockable if I throw the special one. I should do that. That's just how it feels. It's just how it feels. Okay. Actually, maybe it's real. Who knows? We will never know. All right, moving on. This is one of the fights I was terrified by. Mysterio is a very difficult defender. There's going to be a rank to 7-star Mysterio on Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. Now, we've talked about do 2 and defeat Indestructible. So when I go above a bar of power, he's going to go indestructible for a whole 5 seconds. Additionally, Power Focus 1. So he's going to be throwing specials nonstop. His heavy, it comes out of nowhere already, right? But block baiting him and these sorts of things, which I'm going to need to do because I need to knock him down so that he doesn't go unstoppable from the tactic. There are so many moving parts to this fight. It is not going to be picture perfect, but I am still very proud of it. I wanted to ensure that I had up my debuffs as much as possible and that I had a slow on him. I practiced that quite a bit. What you literally just saw, evading his special 1, getting my spacing right, and knocking him down with the heavy. Those were my priorities. Like right now, and that's why I pushed the issue. I was aware that I was pushing the issue there, but I was getting concerned because I needed to knock him down. The slow was falling off. It's not that long of a slow. I think it's only 15 seconds. Now I got a chance to hit into his block a little bit, which not bad. I wasn't ignited, so it didn't do as much as I'd wanted. His heavy for me felt like it came out of nowhere. Stand your ground, OP. I would run 10 out of 10 if they would let me. And then the other important part about this fight is one was just stay calm. That was my other really important thing. It was like, stay calm. This fight will almost definitely go sideways. Mysterio will heavy you out of nowhere. Things will go wrong. But if you stay calm, you're going to figure it out, right? I practiced the SB1 with the heavy punish, get that slow going. And then the reason why I know some of you are probably like, why aren't you taking the damage back? Is that's the tactic, right? If the attacker war tactic of decay gives me immunity to that, I think if I have enough debuffs up on the defender or something like that. So as you can see, we're doing fine. Well, you know, Mysterio with his quickness, I guess I didn't punish fast enough there. That's on me. That's fine. But again, we're going to be A-okay. At this point in the fight, I was feeling 100% confident that we were going to get this down. I'm not worried about getting my bat ignited. We've talked about this. Masacre hits pretty darn hard. You can see how this is going. He's an ascended champion. And right now, I just need to just kind of be patient and finish it off, which we did. So, like I said, it wasn't going to be picture perfect. Like the first 70% of it, I'd say, was really, really nice. Then it went a little sideways, but at no point was I concerned or worried. I had practiced my heavy punish into after his SP1, getting those knockdowns going. I felt really, really good about my ability to handle that fight. So that was fun. Now we're moving on to this, these fights. This fight would not have concerned me, except it included the only time this season, I think anyway, so in memory, where my BG leader, my planner leader, Nearwin, gave a specific note to me in chat when the plan went out. The plan was already out by the time I had woken up, and he was like, "Do not get Incinerate on you." I was like, okay. So I'm supposed to be in Uru, which is not the form I like, but I understand. Of course, I don't want to be putting Incinerates on Kitty Pryde. So I definitely don't want to be going to my special 2 and having to throw Magma. We've talked about this, though, in other videos. If for some reason that happens, you just go to your special 3. Get your special 3 as quickly as you can. It'll refine whatever form you were previously in, and you'll do some really big damage afterwards. It's nice. So I'm going to try not to parry her. If I absolutely have to, I will. I think I do at some point in the fight. And I'm going to do my best to bait the heavy and make sure I punish it. And then, you know, I'm sure other people, I wasn't the only one in the world who figured this out, but I remember being in 4 Loki and figuring out, like, look, you know what, you can just block her special 1 and she'll lose the prowess, right? I was taking her on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lane 7, section 2. I remember this. And so I was like, I've been doing this for years. Like, I'm good to go. As you can see, I'm pretty comfortable with Kitty's animation, so I even went with an intercept there while she was at a bar of power. And that's just something for me that's like all instinct. I would never plan to do that when they have a bar of power, but sometimes you just can tell, like it's weird. I don't know how else to explain it. But that's what we're doing. And I'm just going to do that over and over and over. Punish her special 1 if the timing feels right. But I'm just going to take my time, do this fight really, really safe. Like right there, I could have gone in and heavied into my special 1 for the amplified damage, but there was no reason to do it. But there is now, because I don't want to push her to her special 2. So we do it. You can see it would have finished her off, but I'm like another 10 seconds, no big deal. Bait that special 1, go in, punish, strike her into the heavy, throw my own special 1, big damage, and Kitty goes bye-bye. So feeling pretty good. And then I went up into this next fight here against Null. And I actually backed out. I had hoped to just take them all in one go. But I backed out because I realized there was something that wasn't sitting totally right with me. Now, I knew I was supposed to be in Uru form, and that was to help me in case, I thought it was in case I took blocked hits. But then I realized this has the steady build-up unblockable, so whenever we have 3 or more debuffs on us, the defender will just be unblockable. Well, now I understand, probably Taters and Lizer, you evil villains, you. What's up, guys, if you're watching. And I was like, okay, this obviously is why Null is here, is because I'm sure it's going to be a Sig 200 Null. And they're going to place 13 debuffs on me at the start of the fight. And those debuffs will only go away when he goes into corruption. He being Null. And the only way for him to go into corruption is for him to throw his special 1, which means I then also, if somehow I am able to get him to throw his special 1, and I have not died yet, I will then have to deal with reverse controls unless I can plan my special 1 for that perfect moment, right? So I went and I checked with my BG, and they're like, yeah, you understand the fight well, go forth. It's like, I've done this before. It's been a long time. I couldn't find my war videos with it, but I was like, all right, here we go. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to Indestructible. I'm going to use Uru. It makes sense. If I take hits, this should help me out a little bit. I'm going to hit into Null's block as best I can. If he gives me the chance to intercept him, I'm going to take it. And just like other fights where I've talked to you about this, the best fights for me have been the ones where like something goes wrong and I remember to just stay calm. In this one, I was like, I'm probably going to get hit. He's going to be unblockable. And even if I get him to a special 1, in all likelihood, there's a chance I'm going to not be able to throw a special when I go into corruption, and I'm going to have to deal with reverse controls. Now, thank you to Necropolis and my recent Kushala solo of Odin, I'm getting a little better at those. But yeah, so here we are. And here's the other thing is I'm losing Uru, and I realized I was losing Uru. So I kind of forced that a little bit. That's on me. But I'm like, you know what? It worked out not too bad because it made he gained some combat power, and he's now throwing a special one. So my whole plan here now is like, just stay the H away from him. Although you can see he went for block, and I didn't stay the H away. But I didn't want to lose too much ground on the map, okay? I'm being a little silly, but there we go. And at this point, I'm not concerned about Uru or Magma or anything like that. And then I go into Magma because he tried to armor break me, which means I'm supercharged. And I'm feeling pretty good about it here. I get the nice little intercept, and he's dead. That's why that special hit so hard, is once all those armor breaks took place, me being immune to it, me being Absorbing Man, means I'm going to get all the, I can't even think of the term anymore, but it grows tremendously. And then my special 2 just hits like an absolute truck. And we're good to go. It's not a pretty fight. There's probably prettier ones out there of it, but it worked for me, and I was happy with it. I hope I explained it pretty well. And in case you find yourself having to take it, the one thing I would maybe suggest there is 1, don't rush in and get parried. And then 2, keep in mind that when all those armor breaks go on you, what that's going to do. And then you can throw your special. It's going to be unblockable. You go and have a good time. At the end of that, we were up. We were up 54 attacker kills to 47, and we had 1 defender kill. I'm filming this later in the evening, and I do know the result. When I took the screenshot here, you're going to see the war tightened up considerably. Both alliances played phenomenally. And even the deaths, I strongly believe are fights that if the person who took them again could do them again, they would solo them probably 99 out of 100 times. But that's how war is at this level, is sometimes you just make a mistake, or sometimes like in my last war video, you know, your phone that's on do not disturb, but Apple updated the night before, and apparently there's a flaw in the update, and some just stupid spam call is allowed to get through, and it ruins everything. So, you know, what are you going to do? This is the game we play. LVT, phenomenal. I have so many friends there. I'm not going to say hi to a single person because I know I'll forget someone. So many friends there. Well played to you. Congratulations. Hopefully you're now up on the podium. And then as far as Savage Squad is concerned, let's go ahead and take a look at season stats. We'll talk about the rest of our season at that time. Okay, SSX, we're now 6-3. I don't know where we're going to be in Masters. There's a chance that we drop out of the top 10. You know, we were in the top 3 just a couple wars ago, but this is how it is. It was 1 death loss. We've lost a war with 4 deaths, and now we've lost a war with 2. But this is just how it is. And so we may potentially have dropped out of the top 10. We'll see. We've still got 2 wars left. So maybe we'll get back in there. And I think we will probably need to win 1 more to secure what's ultimately our goal is Masters itself, right? That kind of balance we've talked about, where even in the last war with that boss death, with the phone call, people were like, we get it. Don't worry about it. We support you. So, you know, that's just how it is in SSX. I really love it there. So my season so far, 44 kills, 2 deaths. If I can up that a little bit more, I'll feel a bit better about it. 9 total champions, 1 boss kill, current streak is 4. And as I kind of started to tease, Masacre and Iron Man really creeping up there on American Chavez. American Chavez started my first week of the season strong with a gigantic lead. But her and Kate have been on the sidelines since it's been Masacre, Iron Man, and Absorbing Man. I'm all good with that. I love those champions a lot too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. An exciting close to the season. We've got 2 wars left, and we could still end up in top 10, or hopefully not. I think we could fall all the way out of Masters. So we'll see how this works out. Hope your war season is going phenomenally. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.